Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, coming live from Fiber Heart, Children of God. Well, that was a different video for Texas. But now I'm back to reality in Michigan, up here with all the gay people running the state, screwing our children's heads up. I swear I never in all my life would have thought that Michigan would become a woke state. I mean, it was kind of looking like it was leaning that way. It's probably more of like a split situation. And a bunch of us apparently we didn't do our part. And I'm putting myself in this boat. I used to really try. I mean, I'd say for a younger person going through what I was in my own life, things I was contending with that, I tried. I really tried to be active, to be aware of where our government was going, be as much of an advocate as I was capable of in between other situations of constitutional rights, the importance of keeping the Constitution, the importance of not letting Michigan state government take over and start changing things and taking our children over, and a federal overtake, more or less, right? So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, but when I have these ones where I kind of wake up early, or go to bed early, wake up early, I want to say it's from God. Who knows? There was tons of flares again. Actually, up in parts of Canada, there would be amazing auroras going on. Okay, so there's a Judge Beckering on the west side of the state, and we also have the Attorney General and all that over here. And there's a recent situation with a young woman. I think she's 19 now. Her and her family were in this demented situation where the poor girl's just uncomfortable going through puberty. I think we know the spiel, right? Now, this hits really hard for me because I was one of those girls that was extremely awkward. I was not dealing with puberty well, and it had to do with a number of other reasons. In-home abuse. I don't want to get into all that right now. I never, though, thought I would see myself struggling with getting very upset with the gay population. There again, back in the day, it seemed like they were a minority. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, we want equal rights. We're being discriminated against. We're being threatened. But yet, I don't want to say Beckering is a lesbian. Jane Beckering, I believe. She's on the west side of Michigan. She makes me mad just to look at her now. I'm finding myself, I'm mad now. I'm getting mad when I look at these gay people. This takeover of the children has Michigan it's been a full medical Nazi takeover? Because this thing being done to the children, that's experimental, some demented shit. I've never seen such an influx of transgender or on the verge of what the fuck are you trying to be in this town. I don't know if it's just something with what God, I'm really trying here. I know that I was kind of in the dark. I was dealing with my own having medical malpractice done. I mean, and I know, Lord, there was points where I certainly didn't even know if I was ever not going to be bi or whatever. I mean, there was just nothing I could really do about it. And then it was just kind of gone. Okay. But that was a long, long road. And I am really upset, Lord. I know I'm not alone. I I don't want to be that. I never wanted to be like the bigot, the gay, the with the homophobic. I'm not scared of homosexuals, you know. I know they don't freak me out. I mean, I don't think it's contagious or anything, but now I'm starting to wonder, is it contagious? How is it that these gays have been allowed into churches and schools and judges uh, been allowed to seep into the entire government, and now our kids don't know how to go through puberty? And apparently some parents are so clueless, or they coddle the kids so much they don't even know how to raise a kid, so they don't know how to help a son or daughter through a very awkward time of puberty. You guys, I can't even fucking believe this. I'm gonna start going off the rails now. I can't talk right. This is all just too much. I used to consider Michigan so backwards in so many ways. We had a couple pocketed towns where the gays were allowed. And then it's just like, it's literally seems like some kind of tsunami of gayness. And why is this Jane Beckering? I don't know if I misread where she's denying these lawsuits. And when I've tried to deal with the courts on different levels of child abuse and pedo rings, and back in the day, my son, was this all because of these sickos? You guys, this is serious. Um, the populations decrease as you go north. People probably they tend to be more conservative, I would imagine, as far as I know. I mean, I don't know anymore. For some reason, one of my relatives popped up. I mean, I could have been gone and dead for all. I didn't even think she'd care. Not that I didn't think she fully hated me, but I definitely would experience her random visits on the holidays, and she became like the dyke superstar with my sicko parents, and all of just the shifting of golden child and scapegoats and murder for hires on me and my husband. And I don't want to be like gay intolerant, but doesn't it seem like we're kind of being pushed that way if we believe in any sort of traditional anything? I think about when my son started coming home to me from friends, or he was out and he's finding out about kids from school after this was after high school, and I think even in high school. And I mean, he was literally just kind of like just like he was in pain about it. And he's not like a full whatever, but he's definitely strong-willed, or he was. And but like he was like would be in a heap about this stuff. I didn't even know that this stuff was being happening in school. I didn't know that he's just old enough where it was just starting to come in, creeping into the schools, right? So we're just kind of glad that he was kind of could get up and out. But then he's telling me stories about this person or that did the transition and they were barely however old. And I don't remember. I swore the one story was like a really pretty girl, and just like some stories that really, really hurt him. It was really bothering him. He did not know how to wrap his head around it. And I was feeling that pain too. And honestly, that's how I was one of the top 5 reasons why I tried to go on YouTube, but I came out so strong that I immediately was getting the gay groups upset. My husband and I spent years like, Lord, Lord, please, we don't want to stay in Michigan. We don't want to be here. Why are we here? There's things that we do like about it. There's things that we don't. And I actually feel like God has hogtied us here. I just was up praying all night again about it. And I'm like, it's not about running and hiding. It's that if you're in the minority now, and you're not even perfect at it, but you just have a heart for the children. If you went through what I did to just claw my way out of it, of the sexual confusion, and knowing that it was because you had been abused by your caretakers, and they'll deny it to their last breath, and why is the lesbian family member all of a sudden popping up? Like, that's fine. Be proud, be gay, but you know what? You guys better leave the fucking kids alone. It's going to cause a serious internal war in this nation. God is not going to allow this much longer. Like, there might be, like, it looks like a glimmer of hope. Texas is trying to take back some power. Is it too late? Most likely so. Is it going to erupt into something larger and more scary? Probably. Are we going to really allow the Satanists of Michigan, the satanic pedophile protecting lesbo nation of Michigan, to be? Are we going to let our children be terrorized by these freaks? I cannot even imagine what a child. I can. I can imagine. That's the scary part. I hated being a girl. I hated it. There was parts of it I was okay with, but my God, I was awkward for so long. Up into my going past 19. And I was a little bit into the grunge era, but I had a little bit of feminine too. And this where we have lesbian judges not stopping this gender crap. The schools are just infested with groomers and crap, and I don't understand what we're gonna do. I would not have. I mean, I think about how sad I was, not able to have more children, and then we kept getting attacked, and we were being harassed, and just these different medical things that happened to me. Just simply, if I went in for a migraine, not getting the assistance I needed, them giving me the wrong stuff, refusing an MRI, refusing a CAT scan, which is alarming. I think because I think they do have something that they didn't want me to see, um, and and then we find out, like, my blood type, my husband's blood type. We couldn't have any more kids. I was going to have to get this injection. We never ended up checking our fertility levels because he inherited something that could affect his fertility. And then I had a run-in with a female doctor. It was as if she ripped my ovaries out. I mean, I'll just be quite honest. And obviously that's not what happened, but some form of hurt happened purposely back it would have been in my 20s. So we were sad. We were sad that we couldn't give my son a sibling. And like, it just wasn't being allowed. And I blamed myself. I blamed my past mistakes. It set us back in some instances. When we finally determined what was going on, then there's this influx of the gay nation and all of these radical, shifting way too far over into liberalism, and gays way too proud, I mean, it's like, you wanted equality, but you're taking over. And I would not, I don't think I'd be faring. I mean, I have bad moments, but like, if I had a wee one, as protective as I was of my son, with stuff we were going through, I don't know. Like, I question how well I would be able to maintain. And I'm going to really pray, because there must be a reason why we're still here. And I believe God would have released us from Michigan. I do. I'm not going to blame my husband. I'm not going to blame myself. Maybe we've prayed together, we pray apart. It's probably literally on our mind a lot. And do I have to start visiting the schools? Do I have to start having John drop me off at these courthouses? Try to get some sort of appointment with judge's assistants or what? I'm really, that girl, hearing that girl's testimony, and you can tell she's a beautiful girl. But if you hear this video I posted on Kiora, and that's Under Fire of Your Heart, Children of God, and it's through that a group from YouTube that recorded this legal hearing. And as far as I know, this case is in Michigan. Unless I misunderstood it, they were interviewing this Jane Beckering, Judge Honorable Jane Beckering. You're like flaming signals of Dyke, and you're going to decide that these things shouldn't be put to us. You're going to burn in hell. I hate to say this to people like this. Your head is so twisted and perverted. You guys are all burning in hell that are part of this mutilation of the children. I had to go.